Let's watch Childish Juju's video on Fun Size just to get the idea what it's about. There they are. Oh yeah. Oh damn! I should have made a video on Fun Size. 202K views. Shit, son.
You're not my mommy. Bitch.
What?
Nick.
It's a Nickelodeon movie.
Nickelodeon.
You know what? I enjoyed my last prostate exam. Nickelodeon's been making movies for what, almost 3 decades now? There are a lot of films that are a part of Nick's history, and every single one of them are so different from the last. There are so many movies in Nick's theatrical catalog that odds are, if I were to ask you what movie makes you immediately think of Nick, you'd all have different answers. And who could blame you when their catalog starts with cheeky comedies like Harriet the Spy and Good Burger?
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
Then all of a sudden jumps to a series of unfortunate events and the Spiderwick Chronicles.
Want to get some Chinese after the show? Yeah, let's get them. No, I meant food.
What did they mean by that?
Yet despite having such a wide variety in films, all of Nickelodeon's catalog had remained rated G or PG. They had never made a PG-13 movie. Just think about that for a second. Like, I don't think any other YouTuber has brought this up, but I looked into it and it's
I would have brought it up if I got to it.
Snow Day, A Series of Unfortunate Events, Avatar: The Last Airbender, not even Nacho Libre.
Take his arm and spin it around.
It wouldn't be until the year 2009 when Nickelodeon would finally start toying with the idea of a PG-13 movie. And they test the waters with the movie called Angus Thongs and the Perfect Schnoggings. What the hell type of name is that? But that film only released theatrically in the UK and was dumped on Nick at Night in America.
Why do you not upload anymore?
I'm not gonna count it.
working on the pilot.
Nickelodeon's real first PG-13 movie released on October 26th of 2012. And boy, did Nickelodeon piss off parents with this one.
Of all of us who wear the most inappropriate costume.
You.
Jane!
Why is that? Why do you think she would? Yeah, what do you mean by inappropriate?
Sexy kitty.
What?
Inappropriately sexy? Inappropriately sexy.
Inappropriately sexy or just the right amount of sexy?
I don't know.
Nickelodeon decided to pluck the star of their most popular show at the time and throw her headfirst into a PG-13 movie, creating not only brand confusion, but advertising a movie that parents believed to be a Halloween flick for the whole family. This was not that. This was a film that ScreenAnarchy.com labeled too dumb for adults, too dirty for kids. And that movie's name was Fun Sized.
Oh, that font
So,
sucks.
what's the big deal with this movie? Okay, imagine you take classic movies like Babysitter's Club and Goonies, then throw them into a blender with Not Another Teen Movie, American Pie 1 and 2, add a dash of Scary Movie, and then slap a Nickelodeon logo on it.
Ow! Ow!
Not that type of Goonies, you nasty weirdos! This movie is an amazing train wreck of ideas just colliding into each other. On paper, none of what I just described seems like a problem. You have your basic teen movie tropes like the dysfunctional family, wanting to get into a perfect college, yada yada. We've seen similar tropes time after time, and it's been harmless enough, but you know what? Rewatching this movie after 12 years, it really does try to break that mold. Despite that, the problem was this was Nickelodeon, and neither the kids nor the parents were ready for it. The plot for Fun Size follows a high school girl named Rin who isn't predisposed to living the popular kid life. Until she gets an invite to a popular kid, who looks like a 30-year-old, Aaron Riley, to come to his Halloween party for a night that will surely change her mundane life.
You coming to my party tonight?
As Halloween comes upon us, Rin gets prepared for the night of her life, but her mother forces her to take her little brother out trick-or-treating instead.
You're gonna watch Albert tonight. I'm going to a party with Keevan.
Now, why can't the mother take him trick-or-treating? Turns out she has plans of her own. She's completely lost any will to run the household or put any effort in after her husband, their father, passed away.
When my dad died, my mom kind of lost it. She started dyeing her hair blonde,
shopping at Forever 21, and going out with a person named Kevin.
So now she's seeing a much younger man and partying her life away because it's cheaper than therapy, I guess.
Classic Bruder. Classic
Anyways,
Nick.
Ren accepts the reality
issues.
that she won't be able to go to Aaron Riley's party, and both Ren and her best friend are now stuck watching Albert for the rest of Halloween night. After hitting most of the houses on the street, the two friends decide to take Albert to the neighborhood haunted house before heading back home.
And then you're going to bed. Come on.
Ren loses Albert in the haunted house and now has to find one miniature, mute kid among thousands of costumed children. Well, mostly children.
Hey! I'm not doing anything wrong. This is 100% legal.
Yes, but very, very creepy.
Now
What
the
the
gang
fuck?
is tasked with finding Albert with no car or no means to contact him in any way. As the mystery gang gears up to
Wait,
find
what
their
was that
missing member,
manga?
no means to contact him in
fuck?
any way.
Galaxy Scout. Is that even a real manga? Galaxy Scout. No. Oh no, my manga. Is this real? No, I think they just made up a fucking manga for this one movie. Has to be.
As the mystery gang gears up to find their missing member, Albert has made his way on the other side of town doing his own side quest, where he finds this man. This man. See him right there? Yeah, this man is a lunatic. The most unhinged of psychopaths who has absolutely no business being anywhere outside of an insane asylum, especially no business being around children. Jeffrey Dahmer has come off more sane than this guy.
Oh, kids. Hey, I just want to talk to you. Why don't you come over to my place for a glass of wine and a couple of fruit pies, and then we can go in the back room and play crazy snakes.
Anyways, Albert finds his way to the convenience store to grab a slushie and sits outside alone. Fuzzy, the convenience store employee, decides to abandon his shift and runs out the front door with an arm full of toilet paper and a carton of eggs when he sees Albert sitting all alone. And instead of attempting to help this kid and find his legal guardian or call someone to ensure his safety, this grown, adult man decides to manipulate Albert and bribe him with free Funyuns for life if he came along with him and helped him with his crimes.
Uh-huh.
Car and we'll roll, man, like homies.
What?
Not that I'm luring a kid into my car. I'm not luring a kid into my car.
Let's check.
Jumping back
What?
to the A story, Ren
Why
bumps
does
into
he
two friends
need
who
a
are
kid
also out for Halloween.
to do crimes?
I mean, they're nerds, so of course they aren't at the party, but they're kind of just dicking around at a gas station. When Ren remembers that Roosevelt, one of the nerds, has a car and they could help her find Albert. The only problem is in order to use the car, Roosevelt has to ask permission from his moms. Yes, moms. Nickelodeon was actually pretty progressive back in 2012. I mean, his moms are complete lesbian stereotypes, but they're nice enough, so a win's a win, I guess. The moms say no and refuse to let Roosevelt borrow the car, but the gang is able to steal the keys away thanks to an unfortunate mishap from April.
What the fuck is that
the gang is
CG
able to steal the
cat?
keys away thanks to
What the
an
hell is
unfortunate
that
mishap
monster?
from April. Sorry, I don't think I properly introduced this woman. April is Ren's best friend who could care
Oh.
less about Albert being missing. She just wants to get lucky tonight. And she'd do just about anything to make that happen, even if that includes putting Nair on her butthole in order to burn the hairs off.
Oh my god, my ass is killing this cat.
Which, the butthole Nair is
horrifying.
so powerful and gives off such a powerful scent that it overpowers the mom's cat's allergies, allowing them to sneak away with the keys to the car.
Drive really, really carefully.
That's cinema, baby. I'm sorry, that's cinema. Back on the other side of town, Albert and Fuzzy are about to TP a girl's apartment. Why, you ask? Because Fuzzy's a cuck. You'd think being clinically insane was enough, but nope. He wants to get back at his ex for leaving him for another guy. They reveal the other guy later and he definitely ain't perfect, but at least he's not inviting children he just met for joyrides in the middle of the night.
I'm not
It's his
luring
only
a kid into my
friend.
car.
But a little toilet paper in an apartment is innocent enough, I suppose. Until said toilet paper hits a candle, causing the apartment to erupt in flames.
What have I done?
which now turned what was just once a simple misdemeanor into an attempted murder charge. Fuzzy tries his best to put out the flames, but not before realizing that he was at the wrong apartment.
Clara.
All of this happening while Albert is watching from inside the car. But Fuzzy parked in a tow zone, so now Albert is being whisked away yet again.
He really loves that candy.
The gang then decides to check the local fried chicken place because, of course, and ask the employees if they've seen Albert anywhere.
Fat, one-armed Spider-Man been through here?
But to no avail, and to make matters worse, yet even more trouble seemed to be coming their way.
Gotcha, turds! Thought you dished us, didn't you, fart breath?
As the gang all of a sudden ran into two bullies dressed as the Hulk and a copyright-free gladiator, who won't let them leave without a fight. I mean, I forgot if they like scratched his truck or something, but I don't know why these two bullies just are not leaving without a confrontation. A crowd starts to gather at the equivalent to a KFC on a Halloween night for some reason, and like a rat in a bucket with the lighter held to the end of it, panic starts.
Why is there a couple like dressed like the Virgin Mary? What? Oh, there's a cowboy. You have Jesus. I don't know, Hercules or Jesus or something. They look the same. Oh, play, fuck. So what is this film? This is Fun Size, Nickelodeon's first PG-13 film, uploaded by Childish Juju, who's in the chat. Mary and Joseph, yeah, I don't know. It's not Halloween night. It's what's the super Christian safe version of Halloween, Saints Night or something. Like, you know,
for some reason,
they don't
and like
celebrate
a rat in a bucket
Halloween.
with the lighter held to the end of it, panic starts to ensue.
I have this.
Which causes the giant cock on the top of the building to fall and crush the back end of the vehicle as it's stuck and forced to forever thrust the back of their car. If I learned anything from the Planet Fitness locker room, sometimes no homo just isn't enough, fam.
We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Juju, just hopping in the middle of the video to let you guys know that we do have a Discord for all things fandom and nostalgia. Anyone is able to join and post their fan art or fan fiction, or maybe even just meet someone new who's into the same things as you. I've always, been really wanting to show off some of your fan art, and since I don't have any at the moment, I'll just recommend these YouTubers who I also think are really great and I recommend you check out, who are very similar to what I make here. And happy Halloween if this video is released on time. Let's get back to the video.
This was released 7 months ago. It ain't Halloween.
Now back to the show.
Shit, they nailed that in one hit.
This is kind of a crazy scene because we're obviously at Captain Chicken looking for my brother Albert, and Roosevelt accidentally put the car into reverse. We hit this pole, and this chicken falls on top of us and starts humping us, and we're just in complete embarrassment.
Nerd number 2 is starting to have had enough, so he slowly gets out of the car and starts to walk about 5 feet towards the bullies before pulling out an actual Glock and pulling the trigger for all the young victims to see.
Yeah, fuck them up. Let's see who's laughing now. I got a real fucking gun.
Dude, it's chicken. Chill out, dude. It's just chicken.
This guy almost performed a public execution in this PG-13 movie. What happens if the chicken wing wasn't there? He was just gonna shoot the guy in the head.
Don't just shoot him in the head. Yeah, shoot him in the head.
It's fucking black man.
I'm gonna shoot him in the head.
So far in this PG-13 Nickelodeon movie, that makes 2 counts of attempted murder. 2!
Wow. If I had a nickel for every time I was doomed by a puppet, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
Over on the B-plot, Albert spotted the guy who cucked Fuzzy and attempts to take him down. But since Albert is just a freaking 6-year-old, he doesn't actually have a plan. He just decided to stow away in another random and potentially dangerous adult's car. Back with Ren and friends, April escaped the car during the shooting so she could go to Aaron Ryler's party, leaving Ren and the nerds stranded. But Hope does come back into the picture because April calls Ren to tell her that she just saw him at Aaron Riley's party.
Here! Where? At the party? I just saw him a second ago. Hurry.
April found Albert!
So Ren and the crew rush to the party and spread out to search for Albert. But he's not there. April intentionally led Ren into thinking that she found her brother just so she'd show up and hook up with Aaron Riley at the party.
Hell yeah.
I can't believe I actually thought you found my brother.
Really? Because I totally tried to make it sound like that on purpose.
Her brother is 6. Albert could be dead for all we know. April truly does not care. Her intentions are clear. She wants to bone, and you know what?
You're a deeply mistrusting person, and I respect it.
Anyways, Aaron Riley pulls Ren up to the front of the crowd at the party and starts to sing her a song he made just for her, which is everything that she thought she would have wanted. But the more he sung to her, the more she thought about Roosevelt. And then it dawned on her. Life is about more than getting the hot guy. It's about surrounding yourself with people who actually care about you.
Okay.
The ones who would do just about anything for you. The ones who would spend their whole entire Halloween trying to help you find your lost little brother. The ones who have always been there. So she turns down Aaron Riley, the hottest 30-year-old in school, because there are simply more important things going on.
Who else wants to kiss me?
Ren leaves the party completely by her lonesome. No friends left, no car, and to make matters worse, she gets a call from Albert's kidnapper demanding a ransom and giving his address. And at the same time, her mom just texted her that she's on her way home. So having no other option, Ren runs. And she runs as fast as she can all the way to the kidnapper's house just so she could try and get her little brother before her mom arrives at home.
How the fuck did it
He won't
escalate
let
to this
Albert go
point?
unless she pays a ransom. Otherwise, he's calling the police.
Johnny
Despite
Knoxville.
the fact that he was the one who's kidnapping a kid, technically. But it's at this moment where Ren is at her absolute lowest. And she so desperately just wants to get her brother back. So she offers something that is irreplaceable and extremely valuable to her. Turns out her father was a music producer and worked with a lot of famous people. The jacket he had, the one that Ren values so much, was left behind by one of her dad's recording artists and now passed down to her. She offers up the last piece of her father to him, just so Albert can come home. Yeah, but Johnny Knoxville is a dick, so he takes the jacket anyway and refuses to let Albert go, causing all hope to be lost. Until one man, one mentally unstable man with a handful of fireworks comes to the rescue and gives Johnny exactly what he deserves. The place goes up in smoke and Ren gets Albert out of there, only to hear the police sirens approaching. That's where this man commits one more act of crazy. Wait, no, this hero commits one more heroic action. I know what you're all thinking. At this point, he went from crazy psychopathic lunatic to the hero we didn't know we needed. Maybe I was wrong about it. It's something I would say if his last heroic deed didn't involve him getting completely naked in front of both a high schooler and a 6-year-old.
What?
Over here.
What?
And it works.
What?
Albert is safe from the kidnappers and psych ward escapees,
What?
but yet
What
it's
the
still
fuck?
too late. Mom made it home before Ren and Albert could get there on time. So they go the only place they could think to go when they felt so defeated.
Clone.
Said it's best when you and I were only 3. We can start with all the things that turn us out.
What is this movie? There's like so much going on.
We can go right down the list and throw them out.
Ren?
Can we start over?
Yes, Albert?
Can we start over? It's over.
And from there on, life went back to being life.
What?
Albert spoke for the first time since his father's passing. Rin was accepted to her father's college, and life began anew.
It's kind of cold out tonight, and it's definitely a little rainy. But
it's Halloween.
But it's Halloween. Things happen. It's gotta roll, you know?
Fun Size was not the best critically received movie, landing only a 25% on Rotten Tomatoes and only making $11.4 million of its $14 million budget. I want to say it flew under the radar, but it released on a weekend where pretty much nothing else was playing. Unlike most Nickelodeon films before it, Fun Size was simply too inappropriate to air on the network, so the likelihood of Fun Size getting a second chance through network reruns was near non-existent. Strangely enough though, if you watch the first trailer and compare scenes to the actual movie, there are large parts missing, which is strange because there isn't a school within the whole film, but it looks like the original scene was to take place at the school on Halloween. And Rin had already received the invitation to his party. I wonder if this was just a deleted scene or if there was originally going to be a more, closer to PG rating of the movie to begin with, but who knows, I guess it'll forever be lost media. I mean, nobody really cares enough to figure out, so I don't know. The movie didn't become a fan favorite or a massive following. Matter of fact, it might have done more bad than good because outside of the Ninja Turtles, Nickelodeon didn't make any more attempts at PG-13 movies for a while. In all honesty, no one knows what this movie could have been if it would have succeeded. I mean, we could have gotten a lot more Nickelodeon teen movies. Hell, Zoe 102 would have probably hit theaters. But I just don't think audiences were ready for that. At least not at the time. I remember watching this movie with my dad, stepmom, and 3 siblings in what was actually a pretty packed house full of families. Each one getting more and more uncomfortable by the second. All of them stuck it out until this scene came on. Bitch. And then I watched in real time as multiple families got up and left the theater mid-movie. Maybe it wasn't such a smart idea to cast a lead in one of the most popular age-appropriate Nickelodeon shows just to throw her into a film with sex, drugs, and kidnapping and assume that there wouldn't be any accidental overlap. But at the very least, the cast looked like they had a really good time making it. And I'm really glad that this film happened. It's just a lot of fun, if not twisted movie that you aren't really supposed to take that seriously. And while I was rewatching it, I caught myself genuinely smiling. I couldn't help it. There's a certain charm that these characters have that brings me joy. So in a way, I'll always appreciate this film. And if you haven't seen it, I'd hope that now you can, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to appreciate it too.
What the fuck was this movie? I'll subscribe to you. I gotta go to the other account. Hang on, because I'm on. Oh, wait. I'll screen cap it and remember to subscribe to you. I see you sent a Discord thingy to me.
Falling into place. Invited to Aaron Riley's party. Costume figured out.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. You're gonna watch Albert tonight.
Albert! Where's Albert? My mom is gonna kill me.
There he is. Let's go.
I need a man for a mission. Take your time. Bam!
He's here at the party.
He's pretty dope, huh?
We've got to get that kid some kind of bell.
Fun Size, October 26th. This film is not yet rated.
Yeah. Alright. Oh. Hang on. Yeah. What other... I'll go back to watching cartoons. Just curious. 9/11. Huh? Oh, right. Yeah. Alright. Let's see, what other super chats I got? Have you seen Bunny Maloney? No. It says Solar Boy Aaron, who donated $5. Let me see. I want to see Bunny Maloney.